There's something wrong with me. Maybe it's time for me to leave. Cause I know how it feels. She held me up. She didn't let me fall. She took my hand. We danced all night long. I was a stranger, you were my safe house. Carry me softly home and don't make a sound. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Hi, welcome to Ten Hill Studio, powered by JustVideos Studios. Hey, this is Rohan from the Ten Hill Studio podcast, and today I'm with two special guests representing the Yellow Taxi, one of the finest bands in Calcutta. We have Russel and Hamza. So, guys, tell us a little bit about the Yellow Taxi and how you guys came together.
So basically, the yellow taxi, as you know, like it represents Cal because yellow taxis are only found in Cal. The ones you find in Bombay is called Kali Pili, but never mind. So the band started in 2021, and here we are. We've made a steady but a quick progress over time, and we are so glad that we could, just keep playing some blues all the time or probably rock and roll. That because that's what we like. I mean, that's the base of our band.
Right.
And we've been doing a lot of covers, and at the same time, we've been releasing new music over time. So, like, we just debuted with our new track, which is called Abru. It's there on Spotify, YouTube, and everywhere. So, you asked me about when the band started, right? So, basically, how it started was it was just the two of us.
Okay,
And
yeah.
now it's like a four-piece band, like full-on four-piece band. And how everything worked was like it is. I think for me, it's nothing less than magic because I never thought I'd be doing this. So it first we met. So we are high school buddies.
Yeah.
Like we grew up together.
Nice.
And this one fine ass day we met at this place called Blue Tokai, where we would just sit and jam and just spend our time away just like that. So people used to come up to us and they were like, "Are you guys doing it professionally? Can we get your number or something for some
Yeah.
private gigs here and there?" So I was confident enough to just give out my number and say, "Ki, yeah, you can contact us," and stuff like that. And then after that, things just started happening.
Right.
Yeah.
So, take us back a little bit more, both you and Hamza. Like, what made you guys get into music, and when did you all get into music?
I think the thing was that it was like an escape for us, more or
Yeah.
less. And, we found a way to express. So
Right.
it was that. And our mutual, love for blues and rock and roll. That was like our grassroots. That is where I think it all started. And since he said, we go way back, like we are high school buddies.
Right.
So, yeah, that was it. One fine day we decided that, let's just
Right.
Do something.
Do something
Make some
about it,
music,
yeah.
man.
Okay. So, like, you all talk about the blues and rock and roll. What are some of your sources of inspiration?
So basically, for me, when you say blues, the first name which comes to my mind is B.B. King. Like, I mean, he is blues,
Right.
for me at least.
Right.
Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan, these guys have played a very important role. Like they got me into the thing to,
Right, of
like
course.
sort of inspire
Right.
and, do that kind of music. So they were, I think, it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in terms of the Indian scene when it comes to rock and roll and blues, like, are there any people that you all look at and, like, kind of be like, okay, yeah, these guys are doing cool work, and, like, maybe some peers or comrades that you really look at?
There are a few people in town. I mean, we have a lot of legends in town. In fact, like Mr. Amit Datta. He's a very well-known musician in the city, and Mr. Bodhisattva as well, Bodhisattva Ghosh. So like, yeah, these are the guys we look up to, man. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Would you say that, like, what would you say the state of rock and roll in Calcutta is in general?
It's, I mean, right now the main spotlight is basically the spotlight is on techno, as we all know.
Yeah.
But I deeply feel that like there's somewhat little bit of rock and roll and blues left in everybody in Cal,
Right.
which is yet to come out. So I feel the scene is really bad. Like, honestly speaking, there's no hiding, it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel there's a lot of potential in it, only if people are willing to listen to you. And if people aren't actually willing to listen to you, I mean that it becomes very difficult for you as an artist to get people for your shows
Right.
and to just make them listen to what you are playing
Right.
and making them see what you're seeing
Right.
is very difficult.
Right.
But
Yes.
whereas we just performed in Bangalore and Delhi, Hard Rock Cafe,
Yeah.
and honestly, they were connecting because they do listen to
Yeah.
those kind of songs. You see.
In fact, like, I remember going like many years back to a cafe in Bombay where they were playing like a lot of rock music. I think it was maybe on Lombard Street or something. I can't remember.
could
But
be.
Bombay is a pretty, like, they're still
Yeah.
very into rock for sure.
Yeah.
So would you say that like Calcutta is like way behind in terms of the music space?
Honestly speaking, I love my city.
Yeah.
This city has given me an identity.
For sure.
But again, like, it's best that people actually start taking this seriously,
Mm-hmm.
because slowly people, like great artists from this city in itself, they are moving out because
Right.
there's nothing much left here.
Right. So I guess now let's kind of shift into some like personal thoughts about how you feel about Calcutta in general. So where are you at in general, both in terms of considering we all kind of grew up here? What do you think is like really going wrong in Calcutta? Or can you like pinpoint certain things that you'd want to change?
In general, I guess people need to be a little more accepting, I guess, for like if you were in the music scene, right?
Right.
And there are other artists,
Right.
so it's kind of like we grow together,
Right.
So that is lacking a little bit. You need to support each other a little bit, and get that thing.
Yeah, no, I was speaking to Raghu RVD from
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
couple of episodes before, and he was saying the same thing. He's like, bro, like when I go to Delhi, Bombay, like all the musicians are always like hanging out and like doing stuff together. But in Calcutta, there's no like coming together of sorts.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
So I feel in Calcutta, everybody wants to bite everyone. That's the problem. Everybody is hating on everyone. So that has been the case for the Yellow Taxi also. Like, when we initially started off, like everybody was like looking down on us, and I was like, why? We are just four
Yeah.
kids who like
Have
playing
a
music.
dream, yeah.
Just doing what we love the most. So what's so bad in it? Then later on, we started working harder eventually. So when
Right.
you're starting off, I personally believe you're not that good
Right.
when you're just initially starting off, because you've got so much to learn. Even
Yeah.
though when you make it, there's a lot to learn, right? So we received a lot of criticism, but we took it on the right side. We saw the bigger picture and we were like, all right, let's start working a little more often. So we gelled as a band really well, and we did well, and the mouths which were talking, we had to shut them up, That's
Yeah.
how it goes.
No, but I've only heard positive things. So,
I know, but on the
Uh,
inside,
okay.
it's like everybody wants to bite everyone, right?
Right. So it's
So
like
that's-
basically other musicians.
Yeah, audience is
shit.
fine. Audience,
Yeah, audience loves your
Audience is
stuff,
fine.
bro.
yeah,
Like,
audience is fine.
yeah,
But
like I've heard from so many people.
yeah,
dude.
but
Like,
the musicians, I don't
like
know.
in fact, like I think we were hanging out in Baghla's terrace one day.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there were people that were like, "Yo, I heard you perform like a few days ago. You remember that? Like,
Yeah, yeah, I
you were
remember.
great."
Yeah.
So, I mean, the audience is very much
Yeah.
taking to you all. So,
Yeah.
it's surprising to hear that, like, within the community, it's kind of
There's
strange.
a lot of turmoil
Yeah.
within the community,
Yeah.
which
Within-
is
Within.
what's affecting the music.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if
yeah.
two artists collaborate,
Yeah.
then they can make something bigger than
Yeah.
like
Yeah, and not just that, like if for example, like if you guys are doing a gig and the whole community is behind you all, then automatically the gigs
That
are
gives
bigger.
you, yeah, that
the
gives you a different level of confidence, you know, and
Yeah.
that gives you a different level of thing when you
Exposure as
yeah,
well.
exactly. And when you all come together,
Mhm.
right, that is when you get there fast, I believe. Like
Right.
you are mutually supporting each other, and
Right.
you know, instead of cutting each other out, you know, like that's the thing.
So you guys mentioned that you all started out with kind of some basic covers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you all are transitioning to your own music. So what would you say is your style of music? And like what are, I guess, some sources of inspiration for that kind of music? Because I know it's going to probably be different from your like heroes for sure, right?
Yeah.
Because you all are different
Basically,
people.
Yeah, we try to accommodate that in the style of music that we are
Everything.
making, you know,
Yeah.
try
Yeah.
to seep it
I mean,
into-
obviously, there are always
Yeah.
going to be certain things
Yeah.
you just pick up,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
you
So-
pick up and then you like it's just there in your system, you know. So
Right.
basically, I wouldn't call us a rock band or a rock and roll band or a blues band. I feel that we are a multi-genre band
Okay.
because the songs which we are gonna talk about, the EP which we're gonna release soon, it has basically songs from almost every genre there is.
Okay.
So a
Yeah.
bit of this, a bit of that, because I feel like as an artist, I don't feel like restricting myself to one thing,
Right.
because whatever comes to me, I just put it out, you know, like on the paper and then
Whatever feels
see how
right.
it works.
Yeah, whatever feels right.
Whatever
Yeah.
sounds right,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
feels
of
right.
course.
So yeah, and like you asked me earlier that what's my inspiration? I would say again same answer. It's just that like I don't have a fixed person or like thing,
No,
entity
it
which
doesn't-
who I
It
look
doesn't
up
have to be a person. It can be like a concept. So, like you said, like you all are releasing your EP
Yeah.
and it's multi-varied. But what would you say is the overarching concept or thing that you're kind of going for? Is it like some sort of representation of your roots growing up in Calcutta, or maybe something about the yellow taxi? What's the basic concept like?
So the basic concept of this EP is as we know, every artist has a genre,
Right.
right? Taylor Swift, pop.
Right.
Kendrick Lamar, hip hop.
Right.
So basically, we are trying to bend the rule here.
Okay.
Like, there's no like parameter, or you can't be, you know, put inside a cage. All right, Yellow Taxi, they do covers, so cover band, or probably rock and
Right.
roll, or probably blues. No, so we are trying to break that, and we're just trying to play some music.
Nice. So, do you guys have a name for your upcoming EP?
Not yet.
Okay.
That is in the works.
All right. And when can we expect the EP to
Uh,
drop?
After 2 months,
Okay.
2 or 3 months,
Nice.
probably, let's say June or July.
And how many tracks are you guys like?
4 to 5 tracks.
Okay,
max.
nice. So, like when it comes to the music scene, and since y'all are, I would say, early stage still, right, in your journey, like, what kind of ways are y'all what platforms or what avenues are y'all using to kind of push out your music and kind of expand your presence as a band?
So basically, technically speaking, there are a lot of platforms which have actually helped us, you know, like spread our music, especially like the likes of Instagram and Facebook, and then little bit on WhatsApp also, because you can send it to your families also for them to
Yeah,
listen.
yeah, of course.
And I would say there are a lot of distributing platforms
Mm-hmm.
which you have to subscribe to like annually, and they just get your stuff done. They drop it on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple Music, etc.
Yeah.
So that gets the job done. And marketing part is just that we have to do it on our own, like on Instagram, whatever, you can share
Abru
it.
was actually a byproduct of something of that sort, Initially, we just recorded
Yeah.
the demo and we just, wanted to know what it sounded like.
Right.
And then so our friends are our biggest critics, I guess. Like, they'll judge you no matter what. They're real as it gets. So initially, when we recorded it, he sent it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that is how it usually happens. Like, late at night, he'll send me a text, I've got something.
In the middle of the night.
And that is how it goes.
Right.
So initially we recorded like a demo version of it, like just rough guitar and all that, and we made our friends listen, and their reactions were a little, different than what it usually is.
Okay.
So they were actually excited that when is it actually coming out?
Right.
I was serious about it,
Right.
and so then it got in the works.
Nice,
and
nice.
that is how it came to be.
Nice. So, like in general, like, do you have any upcoming gigs in Calcutta or like outside of Cal, maybe?
So last night we performed in Hard Rock Cafe,
okay.
Calcutta.
Okay. How was that?
That was insane.
Yeah?
Like,
Yeah.
given the situation in Cal, we didn't
We actually
expect
didn't expect that. To
so
be.
many people to turn up, and it was a party.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
So
That's
we had
great.
a lot of fun, but so we've taken off some time to focus on the music a bit. So I don't think we'll be doing any gigs after this month.
Okay.
So we'll take
Is it
a gap.
mostly to focus on
Yeah,
the EP?
yeah,
right?
yeah. We'll take a gap and then we'll finish off with the projects. But one last gig which we have is on the 23rd
Mhm.
this month, Monkey Bar.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
So, like you mentioned, there are 4 of you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who are the other 2 guys?
So one is the bassist Ricardo Gomes,
Okay.
and the drummer is Pratham Sheth.
And how did you guys meet them?
That was also weird. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it all just happened.
Initially, we after school, like we had, sort of started around in different companies,
Mhm.
and I started doing gigs with Pratham, the drummer.
Okay.
We met, like, we connected on Instagram. He had a studio of his own. He is a drummer, so he pinged me, ki, I see that you put out covers and all. Would you like to come and jam someday?
Yeah.
And so that way, I went to his studio and we started jamming, we started gelling along, and we started playing gigs, like me and him, mostly just us. And for a couple of years, like a year or two, we played a decent amount of gigs.
Right.
Yeah, and after that, when we got back together,
Yeah.
so we were already looking to expand the band.
Right.
So we got in touch with Pratham,
Yeah.
and we sat together and
Yeah.
discussed how we want to go about things and what our vision is. And then he knew Ricardo from before.
Right.
So I used to play football with him.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then Ricardo came in, and it all just happened. I
Right.
guess.
So, in terms of like, you guys just mentioned that, there's a specific vision that you all had when you all initially made the group. Do you want to tell us what your vision is?
Alright, so this is something which we keep talking about on and
Right.
off. But the vision is to like be up there on the bigger stage, obviously.
Right.
Like, I mean, singing for the masses and putting out a message, like for the community.
Right.
Like, just sending out message like our music means something.
Right.
And if people like it,
Mhm.
that's really good. And if
Yeah.
they don't, it's alright. We are anyway doing it for ourselves.
Right.
But the bigger picture is like our dream is to perform at the Glastonbury festival.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick, bro. Yeah, that's a
That's-
sick
that's
festival.
That's the dream.
That's the dream.
So, what is it about the Glastonbury Festival that makes it like the pinnacle of, say, dreams for a lot of bands that are upcoming right now?
So basically, I don't know about the other bands,
Right.
but for us, like I remember when initially it was just the two of us just doing private gigs. So he would come over to mine and we would just sit, jam, practice, and after that, like my phone was connected to the home theater and we would just watch videos. So I came across this Coldplay video and they were playing Yellow,
Yeah.
and that blew my mind.
Hmm.
It's like, what is this place?
Right.
I want to be up there. So
Yeah.
that is how the vision started developing and we started manifesting it, and slowly all the progress started happening. So yeah, that's
Right.
the main vision, if you ask me.
Yeah, like I've heard a lot of artists say that, like, even Stormzy, I think, when he finally played Glastonbury, he was like, this is what I was waiting for, like, my entire life. And he's like, no matter where I've played, how many awards I've collected, I just wanted to be headlining Glastonbury.
Same.
So, and the crowds are pretty crazy at Glastonbury.
I live
right?
for crowds. Trust
Yeah.
me, he knows it like more than
Like, it's
anybody.
just a sea of people. Like, I've also watched so many videos of, performances at
It's like
Glastonbury.
it doesn't end.
Yeah, it's like a horizon of people.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't end. So, I mean, obviously there are a lot of, like, new festivals and stuff coming out in India. Like,
Zomaland.
Zumaland, then Lollapalooza happen. Mag keeps happening. There's a big festival culture that's, like, coming through into India. So, what do you guys feel about that? And would you guys ever want to kind of perform in that kind of stage?
Definitely. Definitely. Like hands down. So basically, I recently attended the Lollapalooza,
Yeah.
and that I think
They had the Strokes playing there. Right?
they had Imagine Dragons, they had Greta Van Fleet,
Yeah.
like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I would say, honestly, like attending that festival, like made that fire burn a little more inside of me, like pushed me a little bit, because the artists I saw,
Right.
like they were really good, the Indian artists, but I also feel at the same time that we have the potential to be up there.
Right. For
Like
sure.
a lot of people might not agree right now, and that's okay. Like initially when you're starting off, that's how it is in India. Like they
Yeah.
don't, or anywhere as a matter of fact, they don't see what you see. But like I said earlier, you've got to make them see what you see. So that's about it.
Yash, why?
But again, coming back to the culture, like yeah, it's growing and it's very important for musicians like us, because when we are seeing something like that is happening in our own city or probably somewhere else, but in India, we are like, chalo, scope hai abhi.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we can work very hard and we can go there. That's like
That's a goal, yeah.
yeah.
There's some
So-
sort of goal.
Yeah, it
other
motivates
than-
you a lot.
Other than something that's like far off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is more
Yeah,
like
achievable.
achievable and realistic. So when it comes to say stuff like these kind of events, which are mostly happening in other cities in India, would you say that at some point as a band you'll want to shift out of Calcutta to reach like your highest potential?
If you ask me, yes.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the response from what we've gotten from this city, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's doable. It's okay.
Yeah.
But if you want to fly higher,
Yeah.
you've got to just
Go into
move
the
out.
different circles
Yeah,
and
where it's
stuff.
not comfortable. Here it's home. It
Right.
gets comfortable. People do tend to get comfortable at home.
Yeah.
So I think for every artist, man, like go to places like Bangalore, Bombay, Pune, like
Yeah,
where
for
music culture is like there, and you can be seen. If you're good, you will be seen
Right.
there.
So, Russ, I guess this is more of like a question to you because I've seen you much more than I've seen Hamza.
Yeah.
So like obviously I see you around and you always dress really fly. So why do you why do you care so much about fashion, and how do you think fashion and being an artist kind of correlate? And Hamza, you can speak to it as well. I've seen you for the first time. You have rings. You have the whole
Yeah.
rock. You have the whole rock thing going on. He has the whole hip hop thing going on. Like,
So why don't you start?
yeah.
I mean, it was. I actually, if you talk to me about fashion, it was like never my cup of tea. I
Right.
would just, go with whatever
Right.
it is. And that sort of thing, where you kind of look up to people and then you take certain things from
Things,
them,
right.
and then you try,
Yeah.
more or less not to copy, but get inspired by that
Yeah,
thing, the local,
experiment.
yeah,
Yeah.
experiment.
Yeah.
So it kind of worked like that for me. So
Mhm.
whatever that thing was, and I guess that was it.
Yeah, for sure.
So for me, like it's like I like fashion because
Yeah, he's more of a fashion
Yeah.
guy than me. Clearly.
because like not exactly fashion, like dressing up well, and I mean that is also an art. You see,
Sure.
true, because the way you see yourself in the mirror, nobody else does,
Right.
and the way you want to be, I don't know, seen as, like I'm a
Right.
different guy when I'm off the
Yeah.
stage.
Right.
As an
But
artist,
I'm-
it's very important.
But I'm like
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
very cuckoo. If you ask
Especially-
me from here, if I'm on the stage, I'm a different person.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
that's the Russell like you'll never see before
Right.
anywhere.
For sure.
So I like to. I invest a lot of time, like in deciding my outfits and coming to a conclusion as to what I'm gonna wear on stage for
Right.
which show, because I mean at the end of the day, I'm a front man of a band.
Right.
People, I don't know, like I'm sure there are people like here or there, like wherever we go, they look up to the front man of every band.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So I've got to do that. That's my job.
Right.
But I also like doing that.
Yeah.
you all look
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when we started off, you said that you had a few tracks for us.
Yeah.
Do you want to play some stuff for
Yeah,
us?
yeah, sure thing.
For sure. Yeah, so tell us. What are you going to play for us?
Basically, this song was released on the 18th of January,
Okay.
and it's called Abru. Abru means dignity in Urdu. So yeah, here it goes.
Mm.
नाज़नी से मुलाकातें, इस दिल की वो अनकही बातें, कहने दो, कहने दो, कहने दो, मेरे दिल के कोने के वो हिस्से जानते हैं, जानते हैं, वो था गुरु, हमारा इश्क ही कुछ ऐसा, मेरे जैसा कोई आशिक नहीं, दे चल मुझे तू वही, जहाँ पे कोई भी नहीं, आसमां और चांद तू मेरी, मैं तेरा तू मेरी आबरू, मैं तेरा तू मेरी आबरू. ठहरा हूँ मैं यही, मुझको जाने दो, भुला दे मुझको मेरी, मेरी वो आबरू. ठहरा हूँ मैं यही, मुझको जाने दो, भुला दे मुझको मेरी, मेरी वो आबरू.
Sick, bro. Like,
Thanks.
amazing. You have anything else you want to play?
Yeah. So the next track which we're gonna do, it's called Hey Zo.
Okay.
So Zo stands for Zoya.
Yeah.
Basically, she's my girlfriend, and I wrote the song for her.
Oh,
Hope you guys like it.
yeah.
Hey, oh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, ooh. Hey, oh, I've been running on alone, trying to find a place to call home. Got nowhere to go. Whoa, oh, 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 hey, oh. I think there's something wrong with me. Maybe it's time for me to leave, 'cause I know how it feels. She held me up, she didn't let me fall. She took my hand, we danced all night long. I was a stranger, you were my safe house. Carry me softly home and don't make a sound. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. So you better see me now.
Yo, wow.
Thanks.
That was great, man.
So we came up with this song in like a month or so. So basically, I was chilling at home and I was just strumming the guitar, and I don't know, there was something in my head playing on repeat. I didn't know what it was till I just started just freestyling, you know.
Yeah.
I started freestyling, and then somehow I came up with this 30-second video of Hazel.
Right.
And then I sent it to him like at 3 in the morning. But I don't know.
How it usually goes.
Yeah, both of us, we were up, and I was like, bro, you need to check this out. Like, let me know, what do you think about it? Then he really liked it. He was
Yeah,
like, wow,
sick, bro,
the
yeah.
guitar progression
Yeah.
sounds really good. So
Yeah.
I like, we can work on it.
Yeah.
That's how we hit it off.
Yeah, it's a really catchy melody for sure. Like,
Yeah, I can't wait to finish this.
yeah. You got anything more in the works you want to share?
Not really. We are keeping
Alright.
it on the low now. Especially for 10th Hill Studio, we decided to play Hazel.
Nice. I love it, dude. It's
Thanks.
fantastic. Dude, more power to you guys, man. Like,
Thank
that
you so
was
much.
that was
Thank you.
amazing. I hope that you guys just go from strength to strength, and hopefully, maybe if you make it, send me some tickets to Glastonbury.
100%. You have my word.
Yeah, for sure. Tell us like where the audience can find you guys and how to kind of reach you.
So they can find us on Instagram.
Okay.
We are called The Yellow Taxi. And you can also find us on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, Apple Music.
For sure, everywhere. And can we get a date for the EP drop?
We haven't decided on the date yet, but surely it's gonna be in June.
June sometime.
Yeah.
Alright, June sometime. Guys, go check out the Yellow Taxi. Super unique sound. I think that there's a lot that we still have yet to see from you guys. Just starting out, it's gonna be a really cool journey watching you guys grow, and just grateful to have you guys here today.
Same here, man. It's
Yeah.
been a pleasure.
And yeah, anything else you guys wanna just like maybe shout out some people?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to my girl Zoya. Like,
Yeah.
she's been the rock of the band,
Right.
and for me, and our parents, our
Our
friends,
team, most of
our
all.
team.
For sure, yeah.
So shout out to Zaid, Ibrahim, and all these people, Anik, Rishabh. Like, these are the people who honestly, like, especially Anik and Rishabh, our digital guy.
Like these are the people who make us good look, like
Yeah.
on social media. So big shout out to them.
For sure. And yeah, dude, like, so when you are dropping the EP, is it gonna be straight on the platforms?
Yeah, straight
Yeah.
on the platforms.
All right, cool. So yeah, guys, like definitely go check out the Yellow Taxi. Much love. Definitely share this video. Share. I'm gonna obviously like make a small clip of the performance so that you guys can share the
Yeah,
performance
yeah,
as
yeah.
well,
We'll
like
do that.
specifically. And yeah, like run it up.
Let's go.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Any last words?
We are here to stay for a while. We keep our feet on the ground and eyes on the stars.
For sure. I love that. All right. Thank you guys. This was another episode of the Ten Hill Studio podcast. Definitely go like, subscribe, comment, and share with your friends. We're trying to grow, and hopefully, you can take us all to the next level.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Ciao. It's good.
But dang.